Statistics, STEM, and leaf diagram. Let's have a look. 12 students sit class test in art and business on Monday. The students' mark in both subjects are as follows. So here we have art and here we have business. And in the first part of the question, what we have to do, we have to complete back-to-back stem and leaf diagram below to show students' mark. So here we are filling the art and here we are filling the business. So how does it work? So as the name of the diagram is saying, this is the stem of a leaf. So we know that the leaf, when any leaf is growing, so we have a stem and then it started growing. So first it's smaller and then it slightly gets bigger and bigger. And that's the same way the numbers will follow. Smaller numbers will start here and then bigger numbers to follow. So that's how we fill that in. Okay, so let's have a look. So first we are looking at numbers that has to do with 3. Oh, I will say my apologies, not 330, because that's what that 3 represent. It represent numbers in 30. So in art I have 2, I have 34 and 37. So first the smaller, because that will grow first, and then the bigger 37. So those two are gone. Then we are looking for numbers in 40s. So we have 49, 47, 47, and 46. Now, each of them have to be marked. So again, the lowest value is 46. Then we have two values of 47. And then we have one value of 49. So now 40s are gone. Now we are looking at 50s. So again, with 50s, we have 50, 51, and 52, starting from the smallest 50, 51, and 52. Oh, and we forgot about 54. I hope you catch that in time. Now, 62, we have only one value, so we put 62, and 71, only one value. And the same we do with business. So again, we look for 30s. And when we are looking here, there is no number in 30s. Similar, there is no number in 40s. The first values we have are in 50s. So we have 59, 52, 59, 54, 53. Hopefully I didn't miss any of them this time. So 52 is the smallest value, so that will go first. Then the next one will be 53. Then the next one will be 54. And then we have two values that are 59. And then in 60s. And then as you can see, the remaining marks are actually in 60s. There is none in 70s. So again, we are looking for the smallest value. 64 is the lowest. Then we have 65. Then we have 66. Then we have 267, so double 7. And then 8 and 9. And that way we fill all of them. And that's what that key mean. That when I'm looking at 4 and then 5 in the middle, that means 54. Or on this side, we can see that if I have 5 and 3, that means 53 marks. Okay, and then next part is saying, based on the shape of the stem and leaf diagram, write a sentence to compare the student's result in art and business. You should refer to how well students did on average and to how spread out marks are. So always remember, when you have words in bold, they are important. So they are highlighting that there are two aspects to your description. One will be how well students did, and the second, how the marks are spread. And we are doing that based on what? Based on the shape. So if we are looking at it, how well students do. So as you can see it, we can see the shape here. So how well they did? Well, did very differently, isn't it? Like in the meaning that here we have some students that got marks in 30s, 40s, 50s, and even 70s. So we can see that they did in very diverted, very different ways the students perform, comparing to business that only the only results that student got is in 50s and 60s. So we can say that on average in business, students did better because all of them got in 50s and 60s. There is no mark in 30s or 40s, while in arts, the spread was much bigger. On average, students didn't do as well. Majority of the students are here in 40s and 50s. Yeah. And look, you don't have to be worried about vocabulary to come out, I don't know, very smart about that or having very smart vocabulary, as long as you can talk about the fact that here on average, students did better because they are in 50s and 60s, while here on average, they will be in 40s and 50s. And then the spread that in art, the marks are spread more because we have some that did in 30s, some in 70s, while in business, it's not as big spread because all students got marks in 50s and 60s. In your own words, even if it is few sentences, as long as you talk about those two aspects.